I knew I heard door noises over here. Anyway, hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 16 of my Refugee to Regent challenge. And I am over here in the vicinity of the entrance to the Stronghold, and now I feel a little bit more sane about having heard the door noises earlier. I couldn't figure out where they were coming from. Now I know there's a stronghold down there. I'm happy. Anyway, today, among other things, I'm going to be finishing up the work on the watchtowers. One over that direction, and then one heading off into the direction of the village over there. I'm also going to be working on the Lumberjack's house and getting that set up. Maybe doing a little bit of restructuring of the tree farm, which isn't loading because I'm using my memory to record. Okay. There we go. Tree farm. Also, I'm going to be trying to see how many other of the structures I can tackle today, if possible. I want to try to get this stage, the wood stage, done and over with in the next 2 to 3 episodes, if I possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, get to work on building the towers and everything else, and as things progress, I will be back to inform you. But otherwise, I will try to keep my rambling to a dull roar in this episode. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so there we have the first watchtower and Watchmen hovel. It's nothing fancy, it's all one room. Crafting table. I need to put the frying pan, skillet, whatever that's called. I need to put one of those in here. Storage, bed, access to the tower from the inside, and of course the tower. So now I need to go put one of these in both of the other locations that I want. There's actually a reason why I want to have one of the towers over beyond the Lumberjack's house over in that direction, and I will just go ahead and cut here and show you when I get there what I'm talking about. But basically, I guess right where the old granary was is going to be where the tower is, and I will be right back with the explanation why. Alright, I'm getting closer, but first off, about a half a kilometer away from the main central square is where this what biome was this? Well, I'm still in the lowlands. Let's get into biome. In the redwood forest biome, I'm planning on doing something here. I don't quite know what just yet. Ooh, what are you? Raspberry bush. Never mind. But if I continue heading in this direction, I will encounter the edge of that enchanted forest, or magical forest, or whatever it's called. And then there is something just beyond that I want to have some access to, and probably make another community around. Ooh, what's this? I'm pretty sure I don't want to swim in that. But I'm going to continue heading this way, and when I get much closer, I will be back. Alright, it is called a Mystic Grove, and as you can see now I'm about 780 meters away, 3/4 of a kilometer. Not hugely far, but not all that close. But in this direction, beyond the forest, there is one of these things, and this is the above ground entrance to ow thorn bushes. Okay. To a world generated dungeon that should have some interesting loot down below. I'm not going to go down below, but let's see if there's anything up here. There is something up here. Oh, look at that. I have pants. What material? You know what? I'm going to take it all. Oops. There we go. I like the idea of these pants. Actually, you know what? Well, they're dyed, so they must be leather pants. Unbreaking and protection 2. You know what? I'm going to add this to the trophy room. Also got a journal. Oh, what's this? Force Tower taken over as well. Roguelike dungeons. Okay. But basically down here is a somewhat randomly generated dungeon that has lots of little rooms and loot and monsters and weird monster spawners in it. And I want to have access to it by way of road. So I'm going to probably make this one of the outliers, or make this area one of the outliers, because let me get back up top here. I could do something on like a hillside community over there, and probably do something over here. Although I don't want to get too close to this because I don't know how far away that the taint is. I don't see any on the map, but that doesn't mean it's not in range per se. But I want to have access to this, and so this is going to be one of the directions that I want to build. So that's where one of the towers is going, in this direction. So I'm going to, keep running through thorn bushes. I'm going to go ahead and make the other 2 towers real quick off camera. And then it's off to work on the Lumberjack place and some other stuff that I can hopefully manage to get together. Stop it! So anyway, I'll be back. Alright, I figured I'd give you a little bit of an update about my progress here. I have made the 2 additional watchtowers. The one I'm standing on here is in front of the Tribulation Tower. You can see that I still need to finish making it a little bit more presentable there. That won't take too terribly long. I'm thinking the road that's going to head out to the village is just going to cut straight out in front of the Tribulation Tower and head that direction through the woods there. The other tower that is going to defend in the direction of that one roguelike dungeon I have in place. I still need to beautify that a little bit, make it have a little more visibility around it. But the first tower that I put up is over that way, and it is just barely out of view range. So I'm not going to be too terribly worried about it. Maybe if there is a later stage that requires more watchtowers, I can have some intermediate ones so I can see that one from this one, but I'm not hugely concerned with it. Anyway, after I'm done clearing out this area a little bit, making it a little more presentable and getting rid of that mud, I'm going to, well, for one thing, I'm going to cap off that lava. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to cap it off. So I'll have to build something out of dirt or clay or something. That way it won't burn. But I want to be able to have access to it in the future without having to fill it in. So I'm just going to basically put a little box around it. It's not even probably going to be a building, just a little temporary box until I can actually start scooping lava. Now, after I'm done with this, the clearing of these out, I am going to work on the lumberjack houses. I'm going to put one on either side of the tree slope there, so I have enough farmhouse or lumberjack houses to accommodate the number of trees that there are there. And also, since I did leave a gap between the great wood trees and the slope there, I should have plenty of room to make a house. But I'm going to go ahead and take care of I guess, the beautifying of this, and then the I'll start with the building of the lumberjack houses, and then after that, I need to figure out what I need to work on next. So I will talk to you in just a bit. Okay, so all the little copses of trees have been cleared out. The excess grass and all that. The mud's taken out. Oh, I do need to probably change that over to dirt, but that's all right. I have even put in a road now that goes all the way around the entire lake and connects over to the other Watchman's tower that I've got here, and cleared all this area out, and everything is straightened and tidy and all that kind of stuff. I'm not yet going to build the road out that direction. That's going to be some future project when I get to move on, and am comfortable with being able to go underground uh, and fight lots of weird enemies. So that's just going to have to wait. But it is now time to work on the lumberjack's place. Now, one quick thing. In clearing out these areas, I was planning on putting that watchtower. Oh, there's a cave under me, that's right. I was going to put that watchtower here, but I decided to move it there. However, I still cleared this area out. Uh, the old granaries that was here is now gone, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a nice ideal spot for another community building. It already has the road going out in front of it, so why not? Also, I will be putting the lumberjack houses there, and come on, sprint over here. That looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on the lumberjack places, and then deciding what needs to go where. I still have the administrative center, or the city hall, or whatever it's going to be called. I have that to build, and a few other community buildings. Plus, I need to consider uh, if it's going to be optimal for me to go ahead and start doing some ranches. I know I could easily get some chickens. That shouldn't be an issue. But as far as pigs, cows, and sheep, that might pose as a little bit of a problem. So I will decide whether I'm going to actually hold off to do that for the next stage of the challenge, or uh, I know, I will for sure do a chicken ranch and then decide after that. But either way, I need to get to work on the lumberjack houses and some sort of rudimentary wood storage facility. I guess it's not really going to be called a granary. It's a lumber yard something. Anyway, and I need to decide on what needs to go where for the rest of the community buildings and all that. So I'm going to get back to work. I just wanted you to see that the road and everything is done, and I will be right back. Something has occurred to me. There was an item that I discovered when I was looking through the things that I could make out of wood and sticks and whatnot that I think might actually be worth looking into. And that is something called the Workbench Backpack. And it uses things that I have at my availability right now, so I'm going to go ahead and craft it because, well, for one thing, I want to know exactly what it does. Another thing, if it's useful, I want to start using it. So we've got leather like this. And, oh, wait. First, I need to make a workbench or crafting table. Okay, try this again. Leather like this. Crafting table in the middle. Workbench backpack. So let's move that over. We've got, a lot less storage space, but, yep, it acts just like a crafting table. And I can clear the matrix. That's neat. Did that delete one of them? Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. I guess I have to have it in there. Ah, okay, so that's how it works. Alright. Clear that. Put that there. Move that back. Grab these. There we go. Okay, so that's how that works. So I was hoping that it might be able to hold as much as the regular backpack, but it looks like that's not the case. So, that would end up just taking an inventory spot. I've been using my main backpack to kind of not have to come back home as often. So I'm just going to put that there. I was hoping that that would work, but I guess not. There are a couple other things that I'm going to want to look at, but I might do that in the next episode. So we'll see. But I'm going to sleep off the night and then get to work on the lumberjack houses, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have finished the lumberjack places, both of them. I just went ahead and made them identical to each other. They are from one corner to another on both edges, or on both dimensions. They're 9 in length, so they make a nice little square, modest interior. I'm going to have this be the kitchen area, sort of a living room kind of place. This will be the storage, and then bedroom. I do need to finish furnishing both of them, like with the rest of the frying pan or whatever it is, and put some blue stairs in there to make couches and chairs. But that's the basic gist of the place. I made the roof sloped by using half slabs for every other one there, and I decided to make it out of the oak logs to make it just plainly obvious that it is the houses to do with the wood. Now, as far as the storage for the logs is going to go, I think what I'm going to end up doing is converting the under part here into a big storage facility, and then after I expand and am able to move the tree growing, whoa, lag spike, to another area, I can just turn this into just a general warehouse. Where are you? Oh, that reminds me, I need to put that in there, do this, take that back. Where are you? Hard to tell. Anyway, I think the next thing that I'm going to work on, though, after I just make a simple little storage area, I may not actually do a storage area under here for right now, because I'm not really producing a whole lot of wood. I am using it as almost as fast as I am making it. I have a back stock of oak and great wood and the poplar. I think that's the poplar there. Wah! Poplar, yes. The white wood, but other than that, I'm just basically keeping a stack of each, so I'm not really hugely concerned with that. I do need to get back to growing the jungle trees. I might need to go over and harvest. Oh, wait, I have a better idea. I can just plant a 2x2 sapling array in here, a few of them, and get a whole bunch of saplings all at once. That's what I'll do. But I think the next thing I want to do is work on making the ranch house for the chickens. That way that's done and taken care of. And then I will probably go ahead and make the building for the access to the stronghold and eventually to the end over there, and then probably just wrap up the episode. So I'm going to get to work on, seeing about getting some more jungle trees growing, start the ranch house, probably, I could do that off over towards where the farms are. And then probably not too long after that, go ahead and wrap up. So I will be right back. Okay, so after a pretty decent amount of digging here and also throwing some torches in these little caves so things stop popping out at me, I have built the chicken coops. I'm going to have 3 of them. Each one will house 8 chickens when they finally grow up. And they are stuck between these fences. They can't wander out because they view them as solid blocks and they're too high to jump over. So they're stuck in their little nooks and crannies. And when they finally grow up, all I have to do is just walk in between and fetch the eggs as they lay them. Eventually, my egg production will be automated, but that's going to probably be at least, it'll have to be at the soonest in the iron stage, I would think. But where is this zombie I'm hearing? Hello? Sounds like it's coming from over here. Under my feet, right here. There's probably a cave. Anyway, but basically I used the barricades to make a sort of wire fence. Don't have iron at my disposal yet, so I can't do it properly. So this is going to be the substitute. Also, I really do like the look of the oak barricades. I've been using it as windows, and I've been growing more fond of it over time. And the barricades, I don't know if I mentioned this, you can make oak, spruce, birch, and jungle. Let's see here. Well, that's the same size image. Basically, it looks like the bark of the respective types of tree, but I just like the look of the oak. And for some reason, the oak barricades can be made by any 2 logs. So I don't know if I can actually do that with the birch or not. Actually, let's find out. I think I managed to get some birch. Oh, wait. It's in here? Yes. Is this going to make birch or oak? Birch! Excellent. So, the birch, jungle, and the spruce can be made into their own barricades, but all the other types of logs can be made into the oak barricades. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to do for this, obviously, is it needs a building, a house. So I'm going to probably have to push this back a little bit, but I'm going to throw a house in here and then extend the road down just a little bit, and then I will be done with the chicken ranch. It will house a total of 24 chickens, so I can just deal with 1 farmer for this, which is just peachy. So I'm going to go ahead and build the house. Nothing too terribly fancy. Probably something very similar to these. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so the ranch house is done. I have been expanding the chickens as the eggs are laying. I don't know how long it's going to take me to fill all the slots in, but it shouldn't be too terribly long. Uh, it's pretty much the same layout as the other, uh, the farmhouses. Got the storage here, the kitchen here. Need to finish furnishing that. Bedroom, living area. Probably put up some shelves or something. Who knows? But the one difference is I have a door leading into the back so that I can access the raw chicken, the feathers, the eggs, and the seeds, which are the feed for chickens. Now, I'm not going to be breeding the chickens, but it is a requirement to have the feed for them, so there it is. That is the stuff that I need to store, and obviously instead of using double chests, I am using barrels, so I don't need to do the whole double chest thing back there in the storage place. And it's not a granary at this point. It's just the store. It's a store. There we go. Hey, I can actually jump up here. I wonder if I can. Yeah. Yes. Awesome. I can make it over here. Uh, hey, these are all fully grown. Of course they would be, because I've been in the area. Anyway, I have extended the road out. Everything over here, for the most part, is done. Like I said, I just had to wait for the chickens to lay enough eggs for me to fill all 24 spots. I'm about halfway done. Ooh, cave noise. In the next episode, I am going to... a chicken! I am going to be finishing up the last 5 buildings that I need to do. Over here... this spot here? Yes. Over here is going to be the Stronghold Temple. Oh, I'm getting some serious lag all of a sudden. I think that's mobs spawning down in the dungeon or in the stronghold. I'm also over there going to be putting a fishery and a fishmonger, so I can start getting the whole fish thing ironed out. One of the places that I'm going to have is a Fletcher and Bowyer, so I can have a supply of bows and arrows, and I will be using all of the different types of bows and arrows that I can manufacture over time, and I will store them there. It is getting nighttime, so I need to sleep. That's not my room. I really need to furnish my room with something other than 2 beds and a chest. Anyway, and then, let's see here. I am going to do the administrative building, the settlement center. Why are these saplings not growing? Ooh, another egg. They're just refusing to grow. I'm thinking that I might want to just do it right here. And use that as a segregation between the edge of my front property, which basically that's what this line of trees is anyways, a segregation between my property and the rest of the town. I will probably be taking out these little stairs here. Anyway, I'll be putting the settlement center here, probably butted up against this museum or very close to it. And then finally, the 5th building I'm going to have is a dock and a dock house, as well as a ship. I'm going to go ahead and build a ship out in the water. For right now, it's not going to do anything, and I'm not going to use an inchworm drive or anything like that. It's just going to be a static ship. but eventually there will be a means of teleporting from one place to another, and I will use the boat as a way to go over to... ooh, it started raining here at my house. Um, a way to go over there. If there is anything else in that direction beyond the water, I will have another dock over on that end of the landmass, so I can go over that way. Oh, it's really coming down. But that is going to be the next episode. Also, I will try, if I can, to get pigs, cows, and sheep if it's reasonably feasible. I don't want to have to lure a cow for half a kilometer. That's just a little bit too tedious. So what I might do is just wait until I am building in an area where they are going to start spawning more regularly, and do it that way, and then just have an outlier that has those things. Ooh, there is a sheep there, though. I might keep... Well, if I can find another... basically, if I can find them and lure them, I will make a ranch for them. If not, then that will be for a future stage. Probably the stone stage if I can. But next episode, I'm going to wrap up the wood settlement stage, and then it will be on to the stone. Thank goodness. I have enjoyed the stuff that I have been building and coming up with the things for this, but the digging, going through all that wood, and having to dig at such a slow pace, it's tedious, and I'm going to be so glad when it is done. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. So, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comments section below. Ooh, thunder. And I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. If you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to give a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. But I'm definitely going to have to wrap up here. So thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.